It's another Saturday and you know what time it is. This is GPL Xpress with me, Bill Eshun. This is the place where you get all the key stuff in the Ghana Premier League, the best show for the Ghana Premier League in the whole country. And I have a message from our sponsor, 1xBet. Do not miss the free bet from the 1x free bet promo from our sponsor, 1xBet. And before we go into the details of what we have for you in this package in GPL Xpress, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot more in store for you. Welcome back. This show is sponsored by 1xBet. And in round 6, we had a number of interesting results in the Ghana Premier League, including that of Artifolk, who picked up their first away win of the season by defeating Young Apostles, a newly promoted side in Wenchi, by 2-1. But the talk of town really was the goal that was scored by Samuel Prempeh of Young Apostles, which is now a contender for goal of the season. We caught up with him and we told his story. Check it out.
This is Raouf.
The name Samuel Prempeh echoed through Wenchi Park and resonated with football fans nationwide after a stunning bicycle kick goal during week 6 of the Ghana Premier League. Many are calling it a potential goal of the season and a strong contender for the Pushkas Award.
Few players.
Samuel Prempeh, born on November 16, 2007, discovered his passion for football at age 12 during the COVID-19 pandemic, balancing his studies with the sport. After completing junior high school, he joined the local coach team in Bunahafo region before moving to Nswatre FC, a second division team, and finally signing with Young Apostles in 2021. Samuel reflects on his 3 years with Young Apostles and the unique challenges of being a teenager in the Premier League.
Oh, Young Apostles in my feeling. Many ajepa because me and I will meet him say come be as Young Apostles na mebo because we don't fail no di mechipa from second division no and what me ba Young Apostles me ba so no many aje niema koso ma me pa from first division na you start here no niema ko yesa be pem premier ya ewom many ajepa Apostles na mo many ajepa say mo Apostles.
Originally a winger, Prempeh transitioned to a striker due to his height and aggressive playing style. In Division 1, he scored 2 goals and provided 5 assists, playing a crucial role in Young Apostles gaining promotion to the top flight. He expresses gratitude for his current position as a striker and aspires to emulate his idol, Victor Osimhen.
Oh, me can't managing opa striker na me managing opa managing striker na me striker no. Oh, the Victor Osimhen Victor Osimhen. I'm going to the bobo because they don't hold it in the speed, you know.
Prempeh recounts the moment he scored that remarkable goal against Artifolk, revealing that he had practiced it repeatedly during training.
Say Ronaldo ni go na me share no. Against Artifolk no. Basiki kick na me boy share no. Cristiano Ronaldo yebi. It's na boy Stefan Cristiano Ronaldo.
Somebody will say this thing maybe is something you just tried. No. I've taught them how to do that type of score, that type of scissor kick in the side or in the. So I know something. If I see something, I don't see it as a new thing or something.
Prempeh aims for increased playing time and sets a personal target of 10 goals in the Premier League, while dreaming of playing in Europe, particularly for Real Madrid. Currently competing with the under-19 team, he hopes to receive a call-up to the Black Stars in the future.
Oh, me so me pese me bobo no edura chiri pa. Pese me bobo no edura chiri. Chiri pa because I don't mean kase Ghana League no enye. Uma yebo. Mean kase Ghana League no enye. But boy the oba ese o focus anymore no. the mabo yana okwanim okwanim enti me so me hard am me say me force say me bobo no akwanim adru like Europe.
An interesting story there of Samuel Prempeh, who scored that beautiful goal, which is probably a goal of the season contender already. But you're definitely wondering where we are. This is the training ground of Dreams FC, and today we managed to speak to the head coach of the side, who is Abdul Karim Zito Kabute, who led the side to the CAF Confederation Cup semi-final just last season, in our one-on-one interview. Coach, it's a real pleasure to have you here on GPL Xpress. I would first ask you, how has preparation been for you and the team this season?
It is not easy, it's not easy at all, because it made me remember when I qualified Kwame Brim to the Premier Division. I think I had this type of issue before adopting the situation at hand at that time, and then we excel. So you can easily see the team itself have set a target for itself by reaching the quarter-finalists of the FA CAF Confederation. So a lot is expected from these guys who are just young from Division 1, Division 2. And some are directly from Still Believe. I'm trying to bring them together. So far, it's not easy, but we are still working on it.
Well, your team made history by reaching the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup, and Midiama, of course, reached the group stage. But this time, Samatex and Swatraman actually, made their attempts, but unfortunately could not make it to the group stages of the African competitions. Watching from the sidelines yourself, how disappointed were you when you saw that happen?
We were lucky. In the first place, when we decided to play, we divided the institution into parts, and I took the technical side and then the playing body. Aminu took the the administrative side, and the directors too took the other side. So the combination was very good, and everybody has experience at where, for instance, I played to the high level, and I also coached Africa before meeting it. It was a big opportunity for me to also excel. So it was like the attitude we went into it was not about money. You understand me? It wasn't. I told the boys not to think about money now, but they should think of the talent they are going to execute and exhibit into Africa. And true to it, today, 9% of the 10 are not here. They are on their own, playing their own game.
Last season, when I came over here to Dreams FC, I saw a number of talents who are not here anymore. Some of them are Abdul Jalulu, who is your captain, and Abdul Aziz Issa, who has made the move to Barcelona. I mean, how happy are you, first of all, of their transfers to these big clubs?
Okay, I think spiritually, when you are given money by God, when He make you wealthy or He make you knowledgeable, I think you will account for it in future when you die. So I'm very happy I've been also changed the lives of many of these young ones through football to save their families, just as somebody did to me. Seriously, I never grew up to see my mother and father married. So I was a grandma child. She died, and then I went to stay with Pop. So I'm Dadaba. But I fought to a certain level of my life to change the life of my brothers and their siblings. So I'm very happy today. Their history can never be completed without Abdul Karim Zito Kabute.
With sort of the change in the lineup that you have, with a lot of players gone and now a new set of players under your command, do you think it has negatively affected how you are preparing for this campaign?
You see, building a new team with different character. You see, when you are dealing with human beings, it takes time for them to adopt. So in some places, we say repetition brings automation. and automation brings perfection. So it is easier for some group to adopt than others. So how are you going to achieve for them to all to adopt to the same thing you are doing, unless we keep on doing it for them to see. So there are others too, the moment they see it, they pick it. So I'm not expecting them to be the same. So it's like, whilst we are playing, we are also trying to see, to check the mistakes till they come to age and then they adopt.
In recent years, we've seen, the so-called smaller clubs come to the fore. Mediama winning the league title 2 seasons ago. We've seen Samatex win the league title just last season. This season, we are seeing BBNE Gold Stars perform well. Even Nations FC performed very well last season. I mean, do you think that that gap that used to exist between the 2 biggest clubs, Hartlepool and Kotoko, has closed down with the other clubs who are considered the so-called lesser clubs?
All these teams you call, look at their financial structure. You see, majority were factory clubs. And I've played factory club before. You don't think of salary, you don't think of where you sleep, you don't think of this, you don't think of that. So automatically you have to perform. You understand me? Yeah. So you can't compare yourself with them and also the rest of the club outside. But it all depends on the attitude you are going to put into the league. Now, if you set yourself a target, what do I want to achieve in the league? No, I want to do this. Then it will urge you to fight and build yourself towards that objective.
Let me come back to a more personal level for you. You have been at Dreams FC for so many years. I mean, what has been that thing that has made Dreams FC feel like a home to you and has made you stay at this club for so long?
Okay, you see, from the head down to the ball boy, there's no any other job for any of us apart from football. You see me here, I tried to do transportation, it didn't work, I stopped. You understand me? So I'm now concentrating on the game. So this is the good aspect of this setup. We don't say, wait, I'm going to finish training and go to work. No work. We are all football.
You're seen as the best talent developer in this country, seeing a lot of talents come and go. If a young coach comes to you and asks you what the secret is, what would you tell him?
First is passion. Because without passion, you can't move forward. If you excuse me to use this, even if you are going for a girlfriend, if you don't love her, you go once, she said no, you will not go again. So the passion will drive you to go there. And when you go there, it will also, once you say no, you will be patient. And the patient will develop into persistent. So you see these 3 P's, passion, patient, and persistent. If you don't have these 3, I don't think you can coach. Most especially with the grassroots, where you are saying A, they are saying B. You understand me? But if you have the passion for the job, for me, you see me like this. If it is money, I wouldn't have been here. To be honest with you, it's not about money. It's about the passion. Even though I've been paid, you see, but I can tell you, if I have a place where I'll get more than 10 times what this, but I appreciate what is being done for me here. But if you want to be like me, you got to be passionate, patient, and persistent. You understand me? And then you develop and learn. You have to learn. And I always advise these younger coaches, especially those who have been to the university and still want to go on with coaching, to do sports psychology. It will help you a lot. Right. It is helping me.
I can see it's helping you a lot.
It's helping me a lot. And I did mine in Europe.
Oh, I see.
I did mine in Europe.
That's great.
Yeah.
Where do you think Dreams FC would possibly finish by the end of the season, considering they haven't started so well?
Now, I'm only waiting for my first win. Then I can say what I want to tell you. But what I will say, inshallah, Dreams FC will not go to relegation. Because I've taken a club in more serious position than this of where okay, if I say more serious in terms of we are left with maybe 4 matches to end the league or 7 matches to end the league, but yet I was able to do it. And here, come back, we are left with more than 20 matches to do. So inshallah, we will live there. The moment we start picking, no turning point.
So in 2023, Dreams FC won the MTN FA Cup, and just at the end of last season, unfortunately, they went into the semi-finals and were knocked out. There's a new MTN FA Cup competition coming up. Do you believe that Dreams FC can come back and possibly win the trophy?
Oh, we'll go on it because Oliver Twist, we still want more. We'll go. We'll fight for it. We'll compete for it. If we are able to win, we'll be very happy.
We'll take a quick breather. When we come back, we have Asante Kotoko to talk about. We have 11 wires, and we have other issues to crack in GPL Xpress. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. This is GPL Xpress, sponsored by 1xBet. But as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about Asante Kotoko, who did not play in round 6, but traveled to the United States of America to team up with the select side to play against DC United. But there was a lot of saga, there was a lot of drama that went along with it. We summed it up here on GPL Xpress.
Stakeholders in the local scene had smiles on their faces when Asante Kotoko were billed to face United States side DC United at Washington, D.C. The trip, however, brought problems in different shapes and sizes. Over 20 players applied for visa, but as a squad prepared to travel, only 7 were granted visa. Hence, the Porcupines combined with a select side to honor the fixture. A day before the game, the whereabouts of the club's 2 Sudanese nationals became a mystery.
On Friday, the 11th of October, around 11 a.m. to 12 midday, Asante Kotoko were preparing to go for their final training session as part of their participation in the Ghana week celebration in Washington, D.C. And as of the time the team got ready, they could not locate the 2 players. They had to call the police to come in. The police did their preliminary investigation. They couldn't see them. They had to resort to the CCTV cameras at the Comfort Inn Hotel in Springfield. And it was through the cameras that they found out that the players were leaving the hotel room.
The club, according to their statement, notified the police on the duo's disappearance and later went on to defeat DC United 2-1. It has been 1 week since the incident and the whereabouts of the players remain unknown.
Yesterday, I tried to push forward to Fairfax County Police, but unfortunately, the jurisdiction is not too clear because even though they were based in Springfield, it is under 2 jurisdictions, the Franconian County Police and the Springfield County Police. And so when I tried calling, in fact, I needed the report number, and unfortunately, I didn't have the report number, so I could not get through to know the current state.
The Porcupines are back prepping for their big Ghana Premier League fixture against current holders Samatex and aiming to leapfrog Bibiani Gold Stars to the summit of the table. But this embarrassing episode lingers and their reputation on the international scene badly affected.
Yeah, that was the story of Asante Kotoko and their saga in the United States of America. Moving on. There are a number of clubs who are trying to get places in the Ghana Premier League from the Division 1 League. We have a lot of traditional clubs like Okwewu United, but there's one particular club that we visited and we have a special story on them. Once upon a time, they used to be in the Ghana Premier League and they are looking for a comeback. The name is 11 Wise.
Roller coaster doesn't even describe the turbulent times Second 11 Wise has gone through. From multiple relegations, ownership dispute and financial struggles, they have been through it all. Despite years of struggles, the club's faithful fans remain steadfast, treating 11 Wise as a religion, one they worship. 11 Wise's glory days was in 1960 when they lifted the Ghana Premier League, but that is now a distant memory. Their most popular days were perhaps in 1980 when, under the ownership of the late Akable Mienza, they became the first Ghanaian club to travel outside Ghana pre-season in Brazil. Albert Yanko was part of the players who flew to Brazil for the historic trip.
Brazil. Test match war Accra. Then Sierra Leone, Liverpool. And you know, Bono, first half ya draw. The second half of the Brazil to let the Monkan. Situation of now, Brazil. I think if you be out, within our question, let no Ben one 30 place I is in the head in here, football to Brazil. It's the last year 31 you coach Kati. All listening to one of catching on there. I saw upon a come and you call. Instead of comment, came in Yamuna in two. You win that and automatically. It's a coin so. Passing out from you may own. I want to make first go. Was first half from a draw. So I shall confirm 4-2. See, we in a Bremesica say, even in there on Yamako brother and all the question. You can also fine.
Since then, things have gone pretty much up and down for 11 Wise. The last they were in the Ghana Premier League was 14 years ago. They have since struggled with series of relegations to their third tier of Ghana football in the second division. After a 7-year stint in the second division, 11 Wise now compete in Ghana's first division, reigniting hopes of a resurgence. Leading them now on the touchline is one of their own, Abdul Malik, who played and coached them in the past.
The love for the club. Like you are saying, I played and I coached as let me say, a wise somebody. And it is something that I want to see the club at the highest level. That has been my main target. To see it back to where it belongs to. That is it.
The Western Showboys continue their quest to reclaim the sport where they belong in Ghana football circles. There will be many rooting for the Akarakachi boys.
It's time to get into the statistics corner in the Ghana Premier League, and there's no better man for this than Shaban Mohammed, the well-known GPL statistician.
6 teams are currently unbeaten so far in the Ghana Premier League with Gold Stars. Bidiama lost their match day 6 encounter, so they are out of the teams. We look at the draws table, even though 6 teams are unbeaten in the Ghana Premier League, Heart of Lions lead with a total of 5 draws. We move on to the most home wins, and Gold Stars are leading the table with a total of 3 home wins in the Ghana Premier League. Kumasi Asante Kotoko have got some 2 home wins so far. As we look at the general statistics, out of 53 matches played, we have a lot of draws, and that is taking some shine away from the home teams. We know that the Premier League have got the strength at home, but this time around the home is lesser than the draws. But we build up to the match day 7 of the league, and this is what we should expect. Dreams FC are hosting Heart of Oak in the Premier League, and if you look at the last 4 encounters, most of them have ended in a 2-2, and about 3 of them ending in 2-2. Kumasi Asante Kotoko hosting FC Samatex. Kotoko are unbeaten, Samatex are unbeaten, but if you look at their last 4 encounters, Kotoko have won 3 of the last 4 visits or meetings against FC Samatex. But then Kotoko hosting FC Samatex have recorded back-to-back victory in the 2022-23 season when Samatex made their debut. It ended 2-1 in favor of Kotoko at Kotoko's home. And then the second encounter also in the 2023-24 season when Samatex were crowned champions of the Premier League, also won 1-0 against the Timber Giant. These are some of the facts around the Premier League ahead of match day 7. My name is Shaban Mohammed.
Well, we have a number of fixtures coming up in round 7 of the Ghana Premier League, but top of it is Asante Kotoko versus Samatex. And of course, on the league table, we have the Bieni Gold Stars on top. Asante Kotoko are fighting for a place back at the top of the standings as well. All too soon, we have to bring an end to another exciting episode of GPL Xpress, and our sponsor is 1xBet. Now, they have a 300% welcome bonus. Register at 1xbet.com.gh with the promo code FREEG1 to win big on 1xBet. Do well to visit all the Ghana Premier League centers and watch the best local football that the country has to offer. Once again, my name is Bill Eshun. This is GPL Xpress. We'll see you same time next week. Until then, have a great weekend.